Good to go.
All right, so we're going to be traversing up the map here, but we're currently sitting in DayZ version, what is this? 105? We're on the PC, but we do primarily play on console. As Razor said before, we main on console official servers. So this pertains to PlayStation 4 and the Xbox and the PC. Well, we're talking about Livonia, and we're talking about things you can do right now to prepare yourself for Livonia. And here's how it's going to work, at least as far as I understand it. So there's been a conference that's just recently happened. So there were a few YouTubers that went there and told us what happened. And it's really like we've done a lot of Livonia videos up to this point. Like I've done a lot on my channel, but there's some things that are kind of filled in and that, or even solidified some of the ideas that we had on the map. And so since official servers work like you can jump between them, with the penalty of the movement, we can bring things over to them. It's kind of like Ark in that regards, but that's about the only comparison I want to make with that. But yeah, so with Livonia, so Razor, if you want to tab over to the one screenshot we got there, we could share some
Oh yeah, yeah.
information.
Yeah.
If you're looking at the map, I'm going to go ahead and look at the bigger map here. Um, and again, you can check out RazorTube's channel and my channel for Livonia videos. It should be in the DayZ playlist of Solrats. Mine's the DayZ highlights playlist. But anyway, so if you're looking at the map, if you look at the top portion there, or even the river that goes from left to right, apparently we'll be spawning at the very, very top. And the middle band here is loot, right, by the river. And then apparently there's really good loot in the south in the forest area. But here's the kicker, right? There's no food. There's no food. Survival is going to be ramped right up. So, okay, so if the map already has rain a lot, so being exposed to rain, you already know at night, during the day it can kill you. And then at nighttime it will kill you slowly over time or even faster over time. And let's not mention the bears in the south. And just so if you didn't know, bears are coming to Chernarus and Livonia when it happens.
Yep.
So that's a thing. And according to Minder, hopefully I said it right, he said the bear, he was one of the guys that was at the conference. He said they take 12 Mosin shots. 12
Yeah. That's
Mosin
insane.
shot. Yeah, so already what we've discovered with our just going around and touring this in Arma 3, because this is the same map or virtually the same map in Arma 3, and that's been confirmed. But this is the actual printed map that came from the conference. There's I just stroked out. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So this tree area is awesome for base locations, outposts, stashing loot. But I gotta tell you, there's no discernible way to find your way around. So with it being foggy and rainy and bears, you're gonna have to bring a compass. You have
Yep.
to bring a compass or you're screwed. You're
Yep.
absolutely screwed.
Yep. And in the map when he's talking about it, so you're gonna be spawning. You can see my cursor kind of up at the top. Okay. So all these little red blotches that you're seeing along the river are kind of like little towns and cities, right? That you can loot through and whatnot. And it also indicates that there's what military sustenance there.
Yeah, red
So,
shaded areas, and then the red
yep,
borders also represent military areas. That's really
yep.
close to spawn points.
Now, here's the good thing about this map. So I'm gonna go left to right first, so I can just show you guys. Now, obviously, going left to right on the river. You can see all these towns, even an airfield's close to it. As you go through Livonia, right, left to right. Now, this forest area he's talking about is gonna be in the south, which I'll start from left to right as well. And this entire area is good for base locations, right? You do have a couple major cities at the bottom, but remember, in the south, no food at all.
Like
You
none.
know, so things you're gonna have to face are gonna be weather and bears, and obviously other players. Now, if you want to build a base somewhere down here in the map, yeah, that's good, but you better make sure you have a bunch of big bags full of food, medicine. Um, you want to build a shelter when you go down there, probably a little one, just so you don't have to like sit in the rain the whole time. And an arsenal because there's gonna be bears through here. We don't know how many bears spawn on this map either.
It's gonna be bad, I think.
Hmm. So you as a player, you're gonna have to bring not only ammo for other players, but ammo for the wildlife now, which is good. And we don't even know if there's gonna be wolves in the woods,
Oh, I'm sure there are.
right? So they're gonna probably make the bottom of this map, as you can see. Let me zoom out, which is all through here. The bottom of this map is gonna be super dangerous, super just hard for the players to survive in. I'm sure you once you know there's going to be some type of meta that comes out for us, and you're going to be looking at this map. You're like, okay, I'm gonna hit all the north, hit all these cities, and then make my way down. The best thing you could do probably as a player is find the cities that are closest to the edge of that forest before you go in, and loot up before you go in. And like Jade's saying, have a compass.
Yeah, it's a
You're
must.
gonna have if you're going in a squad, make sure one person has building material for or at least a tent on them, so you could throw it up in the woods and kind of do whatever you got to do. But and you just got to bring a lot with you, ammo and food and medicine and shelter because it's gonna be hard to traverse through there. And as he is saying, the YouTubers that have played this map have confirmed that like it's hard to survive in it.
Yeah, that's like a focal point of the map. Is not only is it new, but they wanted to make it more difficult. And
Mhm.
because I mean, there's no food in the bottom of the map, but it should also be said that there's also really good loot down there. If you actually look at the map real quick, look in the forest area.
Yeah,
It almost looks like a red star with like an outline around it. It's almost in the dead center of the forest area. It's like
yeah,
Nadbor.
yeah.
That entire city, like look how many military zones there are. We've confirmed just through my fly through, and I think you're going to be doing a fly through soon. There's a
Mhm.
lot of military structures there. So it's
Yeah.
crazy good loot. So just think about the way DayZ's set up right now. Like I'm sorry, Chernarus. It's
Mhm.
shoreline is tier one. You go in a little bit, it's tier two, tier three, and tier four. Consider the forest tier three or tier four.
Yeah, and that's basically what you're going to be dealing with on this map. So like I know I've been sitting on this map for a while, but I kind of want to give people that haven't seen this map yet an idea exactly what we're going to be dealing with. And it's just going to be one of those things where, you know, I'm assuming like in, Nabdor or whatever, it's going to be a fight for building there because it's right on the edge, you know. You
Yeah,
got all your weapons and whatnot, but like as far as everywhere else goes, man, we don't have much to deal with. There's one city on the east that you could go to that, you know, at the southeast of the map that's like, yeah, I could go there, but there's not really much. And there's a few on the west that are okay, but I mean, we all know how big Cherno is. Like this is this is it, man. You're gonna have a lot of ground to cover from one of these cities going into this forest, and if you go all the way to the south, more more power to you, because that's gonna be hard to get a grip on once we start playing in Livonia, you know. And as you saw in the videos for Livonia, um, stuff like that, There's gonna be a lot of structures that are, you know, overgrown and whatnot, you know. So it's gonna be a really cool dynamic they're adding to a map. Is like it's almost like having a artificial kill zone if you're not prepared. So it's going to be a good thing when they implement the Livonia map to DayZ because I mean you have all those cities in the north and it'll be fun spawning in, getting to know the place, moving around, and there's some alterations compared to the Arma map, but
but it's really
eh,
close.
they're not significant enough to where you'd really notice, you know.
There's a
So
couple minor changes, but yeah.
yeah. So I mean, things to look out for in Livonia: bears, weather, wildlife is probably gonna be really dangerous. Not on top of, and we don't even know if there's gonna be zombies in the woods either.
Oh
Because if
yeah.
there's zombies and bears and wolves and all these things, all these types of like enemy AI there, we're gonna definitely be feeling the hurt, especially with weather. Like all those factors added together, it just compounds into one big problem for the DayZ players to get around to try to live in the South, which is cool, right? Like you
Yeah,
want
like we don't know the map, you know? Like even though we're looking at this, trust me, when you're on the ground, it's all new.
hmm And just like the good thing is they're trying to make DayZ feel like a real life scenario all the time. And when you're in the woods, and I can vouch for this, um, basically, if you don't have a compass, you don't know which direction is which unless you really get to know that area well enough. Now, that's not to say, it's going to be so difficult you're not going to want to play the game or anything, but it's going to be hard. Things to prepare for is all those items I mentioned earlier. Foods, meds, ammo, shelter. Those are the things you want to bring. And if you have server transferring, right, to where you can transfer your character one to another, you're definitely going to want to be prepared walking into this map. There is not going to be any games to be played while you're just spawning into Livonia. And if you're thinking about going south and, kind of build up there, it's going to be difficult. Um, you're going to want to gather up stuff and Chinoris and be able to transfer it safely. And we all know with the server hopping stuff, you're going to end up somewhere random
Yeah, we
with
don't
a
know where that's going to be yet, but
yeah,
on the map, like the zone for it, we're not sure, but
yeah. Once those zones come out
we'll
for
mark it.
Livonia, yeah, we're gonna mark it, and then you'll know exactly where you're gonna end up.
We'll post it in the Discord when we figure it out. Just like this map here, somebody was nice enough to take a picture of the physical map at the conference. And so I mean I give credit to whoever like posted it, but nobody posted who like it was just anonymous. So
Yeah.
we'll try to clean up this map as we get more. I'm trying to stitch together a map from Arma 3 and then post it in our Discord. So we'll try to put that in the description or pinned comment at the top of your video or mine or both. But real quick, so I'm assuming that there will be server transfers unofficial, right? Because it works just like Chernarus.
Yeah.
One of the things you can do, because there will be a new vehicle, and I'm assuming the vehicle will also be on Chernarus as well. It should be the truck. And apparently, so obviously car parts, you can bring in car parts. You're going to want to bring the medicine. Um, and like Razor was saying, some kind of ammunition and stuff. But definitely medical supplies. And think about this. It wouldn't be terrible to bring some seeds and
Nope.
make a garden on the edge, so you've got a place to make food on your own when you need to, or even if you're living in the South. Because let's be honest, like the good players, once we settle in, the good bases that are going to be hard to fight against are going to be in the South, right? Because that's the best loot. Once we figure out how to live there, so um, and with the server transfers being what they are, like we've even discussed this. We said, hey, let's make our base in Livonia, and then when we want to go out and beat cheeks and raid people, then let's server transfer, and then when we'll just come back to our map. You know what I mean? Like let's live in the
Mhm.
deep south in Livonia with the bears protecting us. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I mean, when you think about it, you want to live in the hardest, accessible part of the map. Only because, you have a base in the south of Livonia. How many people are gonna, traverse there? And let's face it too, in Livonia, now that you mentioned the truck, if you can get a truck and throw a bunch of supplies in the back of it,
Oh yeah, we know what that's like. We played it. We
you
played
know,
the mod back in the day.
yeah, if you can throw supplies in the back of the truck, I'm telling you, if I could put barrels, tents, and stuff back there, I'm heading straight for the south, dude. And we will sit in the car and shoot from the back of the truck bed. Any
Oh,
bed
all we're gonna
barrel
do is collect
possible.
loot.
Yep. But those are things that you kind of want to be warned about when it comes to Livonia. Those are things that you want to prepare for.
And you can do right now with server transfers. You can start to collect those things, create a couple mules, get some of those supplies, and maybe there's supplies that you wouldn't typically keep right now in Shanaris. Like we throw compasses, but I guarantee you, like if you look at one of Razor's fly-throughs in Livonia or one of mine, I don't think Razor has his posted yet, but I've got one. Once you see how, like you'll look at the forest when we're flying through it, but when you're on the ground, you have no idea where you are. There's no like landmarks peeking above the top of the tree line to tell you where you are. You can get lost instantly if you're not, even when
Yep.
you're paying attention. So like you definitely need a compass. I would bring I just drew a blank again. I said the seeds. It was something else too. Dang it. Car parts now. And I did hear that, and this may be in Chernarus, um, but it will be in Livonia. Apparently, the way the loot for cars is spawned, it'll spawn on wrecked cars. Like, not the cars you drive, but like, the ones you loot. There'll be
Hmm.
actual car parts that spawn on there too, which is pretty cool. So, um, I think vehicles are going to be a big deal. So obviously get some car kits going, and like Razor was saying, stock up on weapons. Did we say it takes 12 shots from a Mosin? We did.
Yeah. And then also this brings up a good point too. We're not gonna know how much storage space is in a truck yet.
Hmm.
Um, we don't know how many slots for people are gonna be on it. So, I mean, probably 2 to 4. You know, like I want to just kind of guesstimate what it would be. That's not including the loot. If you could throw it in the back, how much room that'll take up. So I mean, those are things that you got to prepare for. Also, another thing we didn't mention is jerry cans full of clean water.
Oh yeah, good
Probably
call, good call. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you probably want to, for preparation, have a bunch of jerry cans with clean water in them. When this comes out, guys, we're going to Pound Town.
Oh, dude,
So,
yeah. Rest assured, we'll
so
be streaming it, making videos like RazorTube, myself, Jade
oh
Monkey.
yeah.
We're gonna be,
So yeah, we don't know the slots per truck yet. As soon as we get that, we'll probably make a video on it or stream it,
or both.
um, or both. So those things are what you need for the preparation of Livonia. Take everything that we've said into account, and you're gonna want to prepare probably the best way you can, depending on what's part of the map you want to live on to survive in Livonia.
Yeah,
Got anything else to add, my
yeah. I
friend?
just thought of something too. Um, since it rains so much, and obviously being cold is gonna be an issue, keeping cooked meat on you, having matches to start a fire, because I think you're gonna have to hunt more in the south,
Oh yeah.
or even just drying your clothes off in general. Or just staying
Mhm.
warm, especially at nighttime, is going to be a thing. So all those survival mechanics that we kind of take for granted now because we're just used to the meta now in Chernarus, um, those are things you're going to want to stockpile and bring with you. Yeah, obviously batteries. I think we all carry 9-volt batteries with us for like MVGs and stuff, but like definitely things to help you hunt, help you dry off your clothes, and just respond to things on the fly. Like make sure your shoes are good, because if you're in the south and you run out of supplies, you're a dead duck. It's pretty obvious after
And
seeing
if
it.
you after you build a base in the south, I'm telling you right now, when you're building this base, you are definitely going to want to build off the ground.
Hmm.
If there's wildlife, if we don't know if bears glitch through walls, we don't know if the wolves will, we don't know anything yet. So I would build your base on 2 stories. I would literally take advantage of the situation and build up off the ground. Um, it's one thing I learned from a tactical standpoint in the military is if you're going to build a base, eh, never be down or never be upwind somewhere, and always build off the ground because you never know. But uh, that's some of the key things and factors we wanted to cover with you guys, with our council community for PS4 and Xbox, and I mean is obviously is appealing to PS4 or Xbox and the PC players. So, um, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys drop those subs, follows, and likes for myself and Jade Monkey.
Yeah.
We're here to stream for you guys and make videos and content for you all the time. And you can find our posts on our YouTube channel.
Yep. RazorTube's got a DayZ playlist. I have a DayZ highlights playlist on my channel, Jade Monkey. And if you're interested in joining our DayZ community, because we do play with the viewers, that process happens, like you have to be verified, but it happens over on the Discord. The Discord is in the description below on the video, both on RazorTube's video and mine, and it should be on your screen, I think, Razor, right? And there's
Hmm.
a DayZ chat there. I'm going to go ahead and tab to it so you guys can see what that looks like. That is for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. And if you're interested in getting verified, it is a process, so please be patient as our community is nice enough to volunteer their time to help us out. But if you're interested in starting that process, you would join the Discord, find the DayZ chat here, click the pinned messages at the top, and then go find where it says rules for playing with us. And you have to know those. Then when somebody's doing verifications, they will post in the DayZ chat when and where in-game they'll be doing it. They'll meet up with you in-game, and they will also test you on these rules. So you do have to know them. So that's how you get started. Also, currently we have a shoot, I just stroked out again. We have an Xbox, a DayZ Xbox community server that's running. It's open to the public. Wow, I don't know why I couldn't think of that for a second. I was like, ah. English is my first language, go figure. That's open to everybody. We will be opening up a PlayStation server as well. We're still working on that, but the Boyfriend Squad server is open to everybody on the Xbox, and our global chat is also on the Discord. If you look at the very top, it says it's got a picture of a map. That's fancy, and it says US DayZ-Xbox-server, and that's basically a global chat for the Xbox server. And if you're interested in finding that, if you're on the filters, filter North American, no password servers, and then search for Boyfriend Squad, BOI Friend Squad, and you should be able to find us. I know you can't like search it, but like it's alphabetical. But people are like, BOI is not there. I was like, yeah, they spelled BOI. So be sure to check that out. And I do post. Did I say I post daily on my DayZ highlights playlist? I think I did.
Yep.
Good reason to subscribe to my channel and RazorTube. And we do have the social medias too. I believe if you search hashtag BoyfriendSquad BOI on any of them, you should find us. But my Twitter is jademonkey_YT. We do try to echo our notifications and things that are happening in the games that we play there. Real quick, my Instagram is jademonkeylive, lowercase, no spaces. And I do have a merch store that helps support my channel, and that link is in the description below. Again, 100% optional, but those proceeds go back into the channel 100%, so that's always appreciated.
Heck yeah, boy.
Yeah, and be sure if
And
you're
then,
not a member or not subscribed to RazorTube's channel, go over there and check it out. We are the Boyfriend Squad. That's RazorTube. I'm Jade Monkey, and then BioLaser. If he wasn't working, he'd be playing with us right now.
oh yeah, yep. And obviously, if you guys are old subs or old followers coming back, I appreciate the support and thank you very much. And also, if you want to donate to the channel in the upper right hand corner of the screen, you'll see the Bitly link. Type it in. Those donations go to my channel, and they make the magic happen with this content all the time. But, all right, without further ado, we will see you next time.
Yeah.